What is up guys, my name is Nuri and welcome to HITC Football. We know that Newcastle is absolutely loaded with money after their takeover in 2021. Jesus Christ, they have a lot of money. So going into next season, we can expect them to make a lot of signings, big money signings, and that's exactly what we're going to look at in this video. Because we're going to have a look at Newcastle's possible starting 11 from next season. I'm not gonna keep you guys waiting, let's get right into the video. Starting off a goal, and I think that Newcastle could immediately do with a new signing over here. Obviously, Martin Dubravka is not a bad goalkeeper. He was even among the 20 best players in the Premier League in the 18-19 season, but he's also 33 years of age, and I think that Newcastle could do with a little bit of a younger goalkeeper in between the sticks. And recently there have been rumors that Dean Henderson could be a possible target for Newcastle. The club is willing to spend 15 million for the player, and with his transfer value a little bit higher than that, this could be quite an attainable prospect. And for Henderson, I think this could be a very decent move, because at 25 years of age he needs to get playing time right now, and I think that Newcastle could be the place for him to do that. And there's no doubt that Dean Henderson in potential is a great goalkeeper. I mean, not only in potential, he also is a great goalkeeper right now. Since returning to Manchester United, he only played 13 games, which is not enough. So I think this could definitely work out for the club and the player. Moving on to right back, and there's not much to say here because Newcastle already have the perfect man for the job in Kieran Trippier. The club signed him for 12 million from Atletico Madrid last January, and he didn't play a lot because he was very unfortunate with injuries. But when he played, he was pretty decent, and now he's fully back. He even played for England the other day, and I think that going into the next season, he will be probably one of the best right backs in the entire league. In February, he even captained the side against Aston Villa, which shows that the club have a lot of faith in him. We should just keep it simple. Kieran Trippier should just be the right back for Newcastle. They don't need to spend any more money. They got the right man for the job in already. And guys, we're looking at Newcastle, so there's going to be another signing, obviously. And it's going to be a big money one, because I think that Kalidou Koulibaly could be a great addition to the centre-back partnership from Newcastle. And for years, we've seen this guy linked with big money moves to Manchester United, Real Madrid, whichever big club there is, but it never happened. But at 30 years of age, this is the moment. If he still wants to make a transfer, he should do it right now. And if he wants another payday, Newcastle is the club to go to. Koulibaly would be immediately the leader of the Newcastle defense, and he will be a little bit cheaper than in past years, because in recent years he was always associated with fees more than 70-80 million, but now his transfer value is around 31 million, and with his contract up in 1 year, this could be a decent signing for Newcastle that surely wouldn't cost a lot of money. I mean, sure, 30 million is still a lot of money, but for Newcastle, it really isn't. And also compared to his value in recent years, this could be a steal for the club. And to complete the centre-back partnership, I think that Dan Burn could definitely do a job for Newcastle next season. Burn obviously joined Newcastle from Brighton for 13 million, and he did pretty well in the second half of the season. So he showed that he could be a decent defender, so I don't think that it's necessary for Newcastle to already spend on another centre-back, and that money could definitely be used elsewhere, and you will see that in the midfield and the attack of this team. And in left back, the last position of the defense, and okay, let's look at one more signing to complete the defense. And if you look for another player at Newcastle, if something works, do it again. They got Trippier in as a right back from Atletico Madrid, so why don't they get the left back as well? Renan Lodi is a great player, but this season he didn't play a lot. He only played a little bit over 30% of the available minutes in La Liga for Atletico Madrid, because Reinildo, the other left back in the Atletico squad, has been performing pretty good. So also this player could be attainable for Newcastle, but his price tag is apparently more than 60 million euros, which is a little bit outrageous for a player that wasn't even a starter this season. So with last season in mind, I think there's definitely an opportunity for Newcastle to get him for a little bit cheaper than 60 million, because I think that's absolutely outrageous. But I still think that Renan Lodi could do a very good job to complete the defense in Newcastle. Our first midfielder is a player that's already on the books at Newcastle, and it was their marquee signing from last January, the first big money transfer after the takeover. It's obviously going to be Bruno Guimaraes. And what a signing this has been for the club. He played 17 times, scored 5 goals and gave 1 assist, and that's pretty impressive from the role that he's playing in the team. And he just signed for the club. He had an amazing season, so there's no need to change him. And at 24 years of age, there's still a lot of room to grow for this player. And not only that, but I think that he could fit in even better in this midfield that I'm going to talk about right now, because I think that he could possibly have a very good link up with the other 2 players in this midfield. And the first player that I think Bruno Guimaraes could have a great link up with is Joe Linton. And obviously Joe Linton was a marquee signing for the club, a very expensive one, when he joined the club from Hoffenheim for almost 40 million. But as a forward, he was not the player that Newcastle expected, and he was definitely not worth his price tag. But this season, the 25-year-old had an amazing transition, and in midfield, he was probably one of the better players in the entire league. And as a midfielder this season, he was absolutely insane, and I still remember that game against Manchester United where he absolutely ran the midfield, and he cost Manchester Manchester United so many problems. And the Brazilian link-up with Bruno Guimaraes is something to dream of next season for Newcastle fans. And after his transition, there is no doubt that Joe Linton deserves a spot in Newcastle's team for next season. And something's not right. It's been a long time since we had a new signing in this team, so let's just throw in another one. Nabil Fekir to complete the midfield would be insane for Newcastle. Eddie Howe is apparently very interested in signing the French playmaker from Real Betis, and I think that this could be a great signing for the club. A few years ago, Fekir was really close to joining the Premier League and joining Liverpool on a deal worth more than 60 million, but apparently a failed medical caused the deal to collapse at the last moment. And a little bit after, he went to Spain, he went to Real Betis, where he's still to this day, and he has been absolutely insane for the club. This season Fekir played 34 times, scored 6 times and gave 8 assists, and he was the second best playmaker in the league with 86 key passes. So this could be Fekir's big chance of still joining the Premier League after his transfer to Liverpool collapsed a few years ago, and I think that at Newcastle he would get rewarded pretty well for it, if you know what I mean. And we're going to look at the attack right now, and why don't we throw in another signing? But it's not going to be a Newcastle style, because it's going to be a free agent, because I think that Gareth Bale could do a great job for Newcastle on that right hand side. And in these last couple of seasons, the media has been saying that Bale is this retired player who only plays golf, and I don't blame them, because 5 appearances this season in La Liga is definitely not world-class status. But everybody and their mother knows that Bale is completely not motivated to play for Real Madrid. The way the fans treat him, the way the club treats him, he is just completely done with the club. And luckily for him, he now officially is done with the club, because he's a free agent and he can sign wherever he wants. And I've seen rumors that Cardiff and Swansea are apparently interested in signing him, but guys, come on. This guy is a 5-time Champions League winner. There is no way that that's his level, even at 30 years of age. And sure, he's done absolutely nothing for Real Madrid in the last season, but do you guys remember when he was at Spurs? He scored 16 times and 16 goals in the Premier League. Doesn't look like a retired player to me. So if you ask me, this could be a great opportunity for Newcastle to get somebody in with winning experience and a player who could definitely do a job in the Premier League. And for Bale, this could also be a perfect opportunity to get a big payday in a big competition and get ready for the World Cup with Wales. Moving on to striker, and I'm not particularly happy with this choice, but obviously this is not FIFA career mode, so we can't just spend money everywhere, and I think that we already got quite some signings in. So I think that Callum Wilson can remain the striker for Newcastle in the next season. And to be fair, 8 goals in 18 Premier League appearances is not bad, and especially with the creativity around him in this team, he can definitely score more next season. And like I said, Newcastle can't just buy an entire new team, so Callum Wilson for another season I think could be alright for the team. And to complete the attack in left wing, Allan Saint-Maximin can definitely stay at the club. There's no doubt that he's a great player for Newcastle, and apart from his 10 goal involvements this season, he is so quick and he can definitely do a job for Newcastle. He's a very skilled player and his contract expires in 2026, so I'm sure that Newcastle definitely want to keep him around for next season. And I think that Allan Saint-Maximin and Bale could be great on the wings for Newcastle, and they will probably supply Callum Wilson with a lot of assists. So no new signing needed here, and I think that as long as he stays away from penalties, Allan Saint-Maximin can be a very important player for Newcastle next season. So guys, that's it, the potential Newcastle 11 for the next season, with some new signings, some players that they already got in, some players that they already had at the club, and I'm sure that they're going to make a lot of signings this summer. So guys, let me know down in the comments below if you agree with this team. If you disagree, let me know if you heard some transfer rumors, and also guys, where do you think Newcastle will finish next season? Do you think they will be able to make top half? Do you think they could even get European football, or do you think this season will be a massive flop for them? Anyways, my name is Nuri, this has been HITC Football, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.